In a small village nestled between two great mountains, there lived a poor but hard-working man named Raghav. He was a farmer who struggled to make ends meet, but he was content with his simple life. Every morning, he would wake up before sunrise, plow his fields, and sow seeds with the hope that they would bear a bountiful harvest. One day, while searching for firewood in the dense forest beyond his fields, Raghav stumbled upon an unusual tree. Its trunk was twisted like an ancient serpent, and its leaves shimmered with a golden hue under the sunlight. What caught his attention the most were its fruits, large, golden, and glowing as if made of pure gold. Raghav's eyes widened in astonishment. He had never seen anything like it. Out of curiosity, he plucked one of the fruits, and to his surprise, it was heavy. Too heavy for an ordinary fruit. He tapped it lightly, and the sound was not of a soft pulp, but of solid metal. This is real gold, he gasped. 1,000 thoughts raced through his mind. If this tree bore golden fruits, he could be the richest man in the kingdom. He no longer had to toil under the scorching sun, and his days of hunger and struggle would be over. Excited, Raghav carried the golden fruit back home. That night, under the flickering light of his oil lamp, he carefully cut open the fruit, expecting it to be filled with gold inside. But to his shock, the inside was empty, hollow. The golden shell was thick and valuable, but the fruit was of no use otherwise. Still, Raghav was determined. He took the golden shell to the local jeweler, who was astonished by its purity. The jeweler offered him a large sum of money in exchange for it, and for the first time in his life, Raghav held more gold coins than he had ever seen. Overjoyed, he rushed back to the forest the next day and plucked another fruit, then another, and another. Each time, he sold the golden shells and grew richer. He bought new clothes, a bigger house, and even servants. People in the village whispered about his sudden fortune, but no one knew his secret. As weeks passed, Raghav became obsessed with the tree. He would visit it every night, ensuring no one else found it. His greed grew insatiable. One fruit a day was no longer enough. He wanted more. One evening, as he approached the tree, he noticed something strange. The golden leaves were losing their shimmer, and the fruits were smaller than before. Panic struck him. What if the tree stops bearing golden fruits? He thought. I must take all of them before that happens. That night, under the cover of darkness, Raghav took an axe and chopped down the tree, believing that its roots might hold even more gold. Sweat dripped from his forehead as he struck the tree again and again, ignoring the rustling of the wind that sounded eerily like whispers. With one final blow, the tree fell. But as soon as it hit the ground, something unimaginable happened. The golden fruits turned into dust, and the tree's glow disappeared entirely. Raghav stared in horror. His source of wealth was gone forever. Devastated, Raghav dug into the roots, hoping to find buried gold beneath the soil. But there was nothing, only dirt. He had destroyed the very thing that had given him wealth. As he sat in despair, an old hermit who had been watching from afar approached him. "Foolish man," the hermit said, shaking his head. "The tree was a gift from the gods, meant to provide for those in need, but greed has blinded you, and now you have nothing." Tears welled up in Raghav's eyes. "Is there any way to bring the tree back?" he begged. The hermit sighed. "Only time can heal the wounds of greed. Perhaps if you learn the value of patience and kindness, another blessing will come your way." But Raghav had lost everything: his wealth, his pride, and the trust of his villagers. No one pitied him, for they had all seen how his greed had consumed him. From that day on, he lived a life of regret, learning the hard way that true wealth is not in gold, but in wisdom and contentment. Moral of the story: greed blinds us to what truly matters. If we're told more than we need, we may lose even what we have. True wealth lies in patience, wisdom, and gratitude.